Out of the gloom came the new look. Then the shadows lifted and controls were cast aside. And as one new line followed another, the British fashion industry revolutionized itself. It isn't just that its fabrics and its workmanship are good, its price is down to earth. British women take all that for granted. But in the last few years, we have become the most fashion-conscious women in the world. Whatever the latest style, we want it quickly.
Fashion is constantly changing, and the 50s were one of the most influential decades in this area of history. Many people associate the 50s with women being confined to the kitchen and the home, but the time allowed women to reflect on themselves via fashion. As a result, when researching the history of fashion, this is not an age to overlook. With the country going through significant sociological and cultural changes, clothing became an essential component of culture, also a technique to exhibit conformity and individual identity, showcasing one's place in society more than ever before. After the World War ended, renowned fashion designers such as Christian Dior, Hubert de Givenchy, and Coco Chanel surfaced as the key influence on the decade's style. The 50s fashion was elegant, well-groomed, and placed. In the fashion scene in the 50s, following a period of austerity during World War II, several countries' economies began to recover. During the 50s, America had a comeback of exquisite and expensive fashion, which coincided with rationing and frugality during the war years. During this decade, designers launched several new styles and trends. In the 50s, women's styles were known for expressing a complex blend of conservatism and glamour, with a girl-next-door appearance as well as appealing femininity. Women who had endured the hardships of the Great Depression and World War II could now afford new trends and welcomed them all, from the grandeur of long, progressive skirts to the practicality of shorts and trousers. Mother-daughter matching outfits and matching sister dresses were among the decade's most memorable fashions. Twinning hats with jackets were still popular formal accessories. The popular silhouette, pioneered by Christian Dior and seen in other French collections, featured a tiny waist, a fitted upper half with pointed breasts, and a voluminous skirt that fell just below the knee. It was dubbed Dior's Corolla collection. The new look of Christian Dior from 1947 continued to influence fashion in the 50s. The new, more feminine wardrobe is characterized by unpadded, rounded shoulders, shapely chest lines, finely defined waistlines, and billowy full skirts. For this aim, look at the book, Planet Fashion, 100 Years of Fashion History. Natasha Slee wrote this book, which Cynthia Kittler masterfully illustrated. The pages will take you on a journey through 25 scenes from the history of fashion, including the 50s. Each image features a man and a woman dressed to the nines for their respective eras. The long thin sheath dress sporting a high V neckline along with the slim skirt, and the short jacket were another classic of Dior's famous silhouette. The wandering waistline was a recurring theme throughout the decade. Based on the aesthetic, it was in lines of fashion to have a high or low waist, natural waist, or even no waistline. With a fitted jacket and pencil or full skirt, Dior and Richie developed versions of the new look. Tailored blouses, striped blazers, tapered pants in bright colors, and plaid or paisley designs became increasingly popular casual wear. As the full skirt and tiny waist dynasty came to an end, fashion trends appeared to be following a 7-year pattern. An ample, pointed bosom and a straighter, gentler profile were desired in 1954. Surprisingly, the United States was setting global fashion trends. Designers spent most of their time in 1951 innovating the sleeve. The shoulders were sleek, but the sleeves inflated dramatically in several places. Others stood out in ruffled fans or tiered pagodas. Three-quarter bell suits were popular in the past. For school or casual wear in the 50s, teen females wore penny loafers or flats. In the 50s, a full-length white silk and lace wedding dress with a fitted bodice and full-length white veil was the perfect gown for a bride. In a lace wedding gown made by Helen Rose, Grace Kelly marries Prince Rainier of Monaco in a religious ceremony in 1957. Marilyn Monroe is a well-known actress. Marilyn Monroe became known not only as a sex figure but also as a fashion icon. She was one of the few ladies of her day who included the sensual element into one's entire style, and she went on to become one of the most famous beauty and fashion icons of all time with Grace Kelly. The latter was among the most renowned fashion icons of history. In films like Rear Window, Grace Kelly's traditional wardrobe sense came across well. Her natural, beautiful manner expressed her innate beauty. For the actress-turned-princess, Hermes produced the renowned Kelly purse to hide her baby bump from the press. Givenchy was inspired by Audrey Hepburn, who exuded a youthful grace. Audrey had become a fashion icon who is still appreciated and copied today thanks to her petite body, which was rare in a time when the mature hourglass silhouette was celebrated. Audrey Hepburn, who was thin, fresh, and graceful form, defied beauty standards at the time. Audrey Hepburn, the actress, popularized a laid-back, stylish appearance. The renowned, little black dress from the film, Breakfast at Tiffany's, was among them, even though the picture was filmed in the early 60s. Women wore short shorts with shirts either tucked in or tied at the midriff at home or the beach. Pedal pushers terminated just below the knee in a casual yet classy style, while capri pants finished at the lower calf. Pedal pushers terminated just below the knee in a casual yet classy style, while capri pants finished at the lower calf. Shirtwaist dresses were a popular alternative to the more exaggerated forms and were frequently worn by TV housewives. The innovation in design that took place in the 50s can be seen in the Balenciaga evening dress. Cristobal Balenciaga, a Spanish-born designer who had relocated to Paris, went the other way to the new look, creating loose fluid designs and continually experimenting with the silhouette. In 1953, he invented the balloon jacket, and in 1955, the tunic dress. In 1957, he shifted gears and debuted the high-necked baby doll gown. Tailored suits with rigid waists and emphasized hips appeared to be highly feminine. These outfits were virtually always paired with white ankle socks and sparkling black patent leather shoes, as well as meticulously combed hair, whether at a party or school. So these tips might help you dress up like the 50s girl.